Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 16th to the 31st, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be linked and listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Gemini, December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Gemini. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. All right. Now let's see what your chakra energy has to say. Gemini, December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Gemini. December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Gemini. December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So we have here creativity, the sacral chakra, and we'll get into this in just a moment and see how they all equate to the tarot. Then we have abundance with the root chakra, which is always beautiful to see. And we have peace with the crown chakra. Peace is so important. It's the time of year when all of us want to feel peace and security and happiness within our lives, most definitely. But it's also the time of year where we start to realize, how important life is and how important peace is within our souls, within ourselves, within what is sacredly important. And I think that's another thing that this year, as crazy as it has been and as intense as it has been, has also shown us what we truly value and what is truly important. And there is just a sense, Gemini, here with, as the wordsmith that you are, with the person with the personage that you have of being able to kind of put things together and puzzle piece things and ask questions and flits from idea to idea to idea, where it gets other people exhausted. Here, it's going to be really quite beautiful. It's going to be one of your greatest gifts for this time. So the left-hand side here is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena and the public self. So we start off with the Five of Swords. Makes perfect sense. Something karmic is coming. The Three of Pentacles, the World, the Hermit. Hermit is Virgo energy. Time frame is August 23rd to September 22nd. We have the Three of Cups. We have Strength, which is a Leo energy. Time frame July 23rd to July 23rd to August 22nd. There we go. The Page of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The Ace of Pentacles, so you're definitely taking this gift of prosperity within your heart. Spirit just said, and I have to laugh because it's so funny, Spirit just said, like, you're burying the hatchet with a lot of things during this time and not in the other person's back, because that's kind of where you want to do it. You're going to be like, you know what, listen, I'm done. This is over, you know, and you have a fierceness to you that you're embracing, most definitely. But here it's like, you know what, I'm stronger than anybody had ever realized. And you're going to actually find out here, Gemini, that you're stronger than you yourself had ever given yourself credit for. And those naysayers, those people who broke your heart, they don't get to have that power over you. They just don't. They're not irrelevant because they did shape your story, but they're not going to be as relevant, as prevalent to your story as they once were. You have Capricorn energy here. Yeah. Setting yourself free from a Capricorn, also from a Leo at times. Now, if you're cross-watching and you're a Capricorn or a Leo, you know, it doesn't mean that you're being set free from this person. They could have somebody else in their lives that really represent this, somebody who believed that brute force strength was the right strength. And Gemini, you're coming to the conclusion that it's the strength of the soul and the strength of the self that really defines everything. And you're releasing the bonds that you were in before, most definitely. And also connecting yourself with the earth, connecting yourself with what's violently important, most definitely. It's like, this is what I need to be me. The Ace of Wands comes in, gift of passion, of creativity, and the Tower, because you have been through Tower times, most definitely. You have watched things fall apart. You have sat there, kind of jaw on the floor moments where you're looking at things and you're saying, well, how do I move forward? And how do I recover from this? And where is it that I get to be? And what is the light shining forward for me? Because it seems to be shining forward for everybody else, but all I have is rubble. All I have is doubt and fear and anger and upset and upheaval. And, oh, it gets me emotional. It's like, it's enough. It's enough. And you're seeing that divinity has pushed you out of your comfort zone for a reason. That it's divine timing, not our timing. That is so unimaginably important to our souls and to ourselves. So let's look here. No, not this one. There we go. Let's look at the people who will be aiding you during this time, Gemini. Gemini. December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Gemini. December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Gemini. December 16th to the 31st, 2020, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, goodness. Okay, there we go. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Okay, so we're starting here with the Queen of Wands. This is passion, this is creativity. You have this gift coming around you, and you're breaking out of the nets that have ensnared you for such a long time. And so here, with this sense of passion, this sense of brilliance coming forward, you're really going to be inspired by people who go after their dreams, roll up their sleeves, say, this is what needs to be done, and I'm doing it, period, end of discussion. So that's going to be a person here. Now, this person can influence you from real life. You can know this person in real life, but also this can be somebody who influences you through any form of media. And you sit there and you're like, oh my goodness, I see where their passion comes from. I see that passion within me. I see the way that I want to move forward. And it's like, oh wow, that's super cool. And then it brings you to the Queen of Pentacles. It brings you to Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, which you also have yourself taking a gift from right here, most definitely. And this is a person whose vibrational energy really resonates with yours. This is a person who is more down to earth. You're very concerned during this time with earthly matters, with down to earth, dedication, seeing what needs to be done with your fire, with your truth, with your with your knowledge, the interconnectedness of things that had once eluded you. You're now like, oh, I see. Okay, I understand. And it brings you then to the Prince of Cups, which at times the Prince of Cups can be on his own little journey, as we saw as he kind of spun around here on the desk. But the Prince of Cups, this water sign energy that says, this is what I love. This is my heart, this is my soul, and this is how I move forward, and this is my authenticity. And you can watch this person and you could have seen that they've been on a journey. They've been through it when it comes to life. But they haven't been held back, they haven't been denied. They move forward because during this time here, Gemini, you're embracing creativity that leads you towards abundance and lets you find your inner peace. And that's huge. Most people never get to that point. And even when we have this gift handed to us, a lot of times we can overlook it. We can sit there and we can say, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not brave enough, I'm not talented enough, I'm not strong enough. This is saying, oh yes, you are. And this is really a time where you deal with a lot of the negativity that you have. And it's not sitting there and berating yourself for it. It's not sitting there and saying, why do I always think that I'm worthless? Or why is it that I always discount my own words? Or I let people bully me around type of thing. It's sitting there and saying, I honor that side of me. I honor the side of me that is scared and overwhelmed and doesn't know. But it's a facade to think that everybody else knows. Everybody else is wearing masks. And you're done. You're done. You're like, this is my truth. This is who I am. Like it? Fantastic. Don't like it? I mean, it's not going to be as fantastic because it's going to hurt. But it's like, okay, fine. Fine, I see it. You go on your way, and I will most definitely be going on mine. Because your creative energy from your sacral chakra, the creative energy that's held in our sacral chakra can be absolutely diminished from the generational curses that come in, which I know that's such a dramatic term, which I kind of like, but I also think it's a bit much. So with the generational curses, it's in the Bible. They say, the sins of the father will be passed on to the son, right? And what that means is that when you grow up hearing something, and you grow up with that negativity, it gets passed on into you. Even if you think, oh no, I'm not listening. Oh no, that's not me. And you rail against it, you fight against it. That person who speaks that negativity over you, you guys could have had, these rip-roaring fights, most definitely. But what you're seeing is that it's still sunk in. It's still seeped into your mind. And it changed you. And now you're like, no, I don't get to think that just because I was born in this house, just because I was born this way, just because I had this disability or this setback, that I get to be defined by it. I get to be set back by it. For so long, when I was little, I defined myself and in my own mind as being not as good as everybody else because I was a little bit deaf, a little bit blind, all these things that just kept on piling up that made me look at the world and say everybody else has more of a say than I do myself. And the creative energy that's coming through you is fed by that knowledge, that sense of everybody's better than me. But it's also fed by the fact of I'm rising against that. I'm rising into my power. I'm seeing my truth. And you're also seeing it through your past life experiences, through the things that scare you and you don't know why. You don't know why you're afraid of mice or spiders or of the water or things like that. But you have it because it's set in your past life. And you're seeing yourself shatter down these pathways, shatter down these walls that were built within you without even you realizing it. And seeing you then move forward towards an acceptance of self, towards an embracing of your unique creativity, however that manifests within the world. Creatively, artistically, it can very much manifest, but it's also going to be personally, soul-wise. You see things that you hadn't seen before. You put things together that once completely eluded you. And you also have this surge of energy. You can have this surge of sexual creative energy flowing through you during this time. So do be mindful of that. And utilize it to the utmost of its power, most definitely. And if you're not going down that road in your life right now, utilize it creatively, within your work, within your expression, within your sense of self, So here, let that abundant sexual energy, radiate out from you. Even if you do have a partner to utilize that with, all right, there is a sense here of letting it seep into the way you walk. It doesn't matter how you identify yourself. It's letting it seep into the essence of you. Stand tall with pride and with beauty. And instead of saying, oh, well, I'll be beautiful when I lose 10 pounds or when I put on more muscle or when I do this or when I do that. It's like, no, I'm beautiful now because there are no mistakes made. And I don't get to view myself as a mistake any longer. And it leads you to your abundance. It leads you to the root of you, saying, I'm embracing my abundance. I'm embracing my prosperity. I'm embracing my bounty. I'm embracing my brilliance. And you're seeing here that you weren't born to just simply scrape by. There will be times in life where life hands you, lemons or stinky, rotten garbage. And you're thinking, how the heck is this a blessing? How the heck do I move from this? But you'll see, usually when it's really bad, when we have, the change that divinity pushes us out of our comfort zones for, and we have those tower times, sometimes it can feel completely overwhelming. It can be like, oh my gosh, I'm just not going to get there. It's always going to be one hardship after another. But you'll start to see that those hardships have given you such a unique outlook on life that it really is profound, and it really does play to your abundance and plays to the unique skill set for which you now embrace. And it brings you to peace. It brings you to your heart, to your soul, to yourself, to being crowned with peace, with love, with wisdom, with understanding, with a greater power. Visualize yourself, seriously, just sitting there for a moment and opening up this beautiful purple velvet box, seeing it open, and this beautiful crown coming before you. You can have the crown be shaped like a lotus flower, whatever exudes peace and harmony to you. It could be like the waves on the ocean. It can be, kind of like the trees in the forest all covered with snow. It could be whatever it is beautiful and peaceful and bountiful and lovely. And you put it on your head. You put that crown on your head and you crown yourself with peace. When you go to sleep at night, you take that crown off your head and you put it onto your heart. So then you embrace that peace of that day within your heart, within your soul, within yourself. And so the next day you go through the ritual again of placing that crown from your heart, from the box that it is set in, onto your head and into your life. And the peace is going to be so important to you. That's going to be something that you fight against during this time. The sense of, I don't get to have peace. The sense of, I don't get to move forward this way. So here with the Five of Swords, it's like, I get to have peace. I get to have this sense of joy within my life. Because this is really embracing those karmic debts, the DNA debts, the, DNA curses, the generational curses that are placed upon us, the negativity that was spoken over us. And we get to say here, not, this is how I define myself. I define myself by one struggle after another, but I define myself by the perseverance that I have, by the strength of my character, by the new world that is opening up to me. And I will be moving forward in it, most definitely, powerfully and brilliantly. And it is a sense of embracing the power of your soul, the power of yourself, the power of your being. Because you're done. You're done so much with what has held you back. And you can feel almost as if you're shedding a skin, as if you're stepping into a new sense of you. And it moves you to the Three of Pentacles. And it moves you to the sense of prosperity, this sense of abundance. And so here with the Three of Pentacles, it's like, I've worked hard on this. I've worked with other people. Yes, you're not, what is it? It's not being like Athena, who sprouted fully formed from the head of Zeus. You didn't do it on your own. You did it through the love of some people, through the curses of others, and through the determination of yourself, and hopefully that connection with divinity that guides you and that leads you. And so here, you're embracing that energy, and you're not letting other people sit there and say, well, you see that success that they have? I did that. I got you there. You owe me. You don't owe anybody anything. You stand in your truth. You embrace your love. You move forward in your blessings, and you let that light shine on you. To those that you want to be kind to, be kind. For those that you don't want in your life anymore, walk away. And it brings you then to the world opening up to you, because you see your worth. You see your worth, you see your power, you see your grace, you see your beauty, you see your abundance. The world opens and you shine. The world opens and you become. The world opens and you are. Because you once thought the doors were locked and they were barred, and you were defined by disabilities, by despair, by heartbreak, by pain, by disappointment, by the fact that life took turns that you never wanted, you didn't ask for. And you sat there, again, jaw on the floor, just watching things fall apart. And you thought, why? Why does love get to be easier for everybody else than it gets to be for me? Why does success get to be easier for everybody else than it gets to be for me? Why does happiness get to be easier? Here's the thing. It's not. Everybody walks around with a mask on and with a persona that they want to project. Here, you walk in your truth. and you see the world open. Now, does it mean that you tell everybody your problems? No, because having experience with that, most people will wish you ill, will secretly take glee in your pain, but they will also not care. And so that sympathy that you're looking for, that sense of, I'm so hurt, I'm hemorrhaging, you'll feel like, and now I'm abandoned. So here, with the world opening to you, stand tall and stand pridefully. Pridefully? Yeah. Stand proud, there we go, in your power, in your understanding, in your truth. Stand tall in your blessing, in your understanding, in your abundance. Stand tall in the power of you. And say to the world, I'm walking forward. And you'll see the doors that you didn't even know were barred to you start to open. That you barred from yourself. You said, no, I can't walk that way. I don't get to achieve this. No, they start. They start opening, you start becoming, you start seeing, you start embracing, and you're like, oh wow, this can be me, can't it? This could be my way forward. And the world doesn't become that scary, overwhelming place. It becomes that place of, yeah, I can do this. Because you can. It becomes a place of beauty. And what's so funny is that as the world opens, you sit there and you look at the world and you're saying, I'm not as impressed as I thought I would be. You turn inward. You look at what's super important to you. And here, with the flame, it's the evil eye right there. You're pushing away the darkness, the kind of blasphemy to your soul. And you're saying, this is my truth. This is my power. This is where I stand. This is what I stand for. This is the love, the compassion, the brilliance, the beauty, the power that is me. And I move forward in it. And I will always move forward in my essential truth. And as you do so, you connect with yourself in a way that you didn't think you needed to. You thought the answers came externally. And what's going to be profound is that they come internally. They come through your heart, through your soul, through yourself, through your greater understanding. They come because you are seeking and you are embracing the quiet to find. And it brings you then, as you move forward, it brings you to the Three of Cups. It brings you, so for me, the Three of Cups are those people who are supposed to celebrate us, especially that one person who was supposed to celebrate us and just couldn't. And it can happen time and time again. You could have seen it with your parents. You could have seen it with grandparents. You could have seen it with teachers and with best friends and siblings and, relatives, and the list goes on, lovers, that, you thought they had your back, and they just didn't. And so here with the Three of Cups, you're looking at yourself, you're looking at what you desire in life, you're looking at the way you define yourself emotionally and personally, and you're looking at the hurt that makes that up. You're looking at the despair that came forward. You're looking at the darkness that overwhelmed you. You're looking at the nasty words that those people who, again, were supposed to celebrate you, were supposed to be in your corner, were supposed to have your back. They just couldn't. They just couldn't. And now you embrace the power and the truth of you. And you sit there and you say, okay, I see you. I see the hurt. I see the pain. I see the disappointment. I get it. But I don't get to be defined by it anymore. I don't get to be, disgraced by it anymore. I'm moving past that. And I'm moving into my power, into my truth, into my abundance, because you embrace your strength, which doesn't come, my goodness, there we go, which doesn't come from brute force. It doesn't come through demanding. It doesn't come through ridiculing. It doesn't come through being nasty and vindictive and spiteful and all these things. It comes from the strength of the soul. And it's not a strength that our world values. Our world values, the strength of being. You can see that person is strong. You can see, how wealthy they are. That's what our world values. We like you to prove it, right? But here, the true strength that you are embracing is the strength of the soul, the strength of the heart, the strength of love. And that's stronger and will last you in eternity so much more than you could ever have imagined. That's the true and beautiful strength that guides you forward. And it leads you then to the Page of Pentacles, to being a student of your prosperity, to being a student of your abundance, to being a student of the seeds that you are planting and why you are planting them and where you are headed and what you are headed for and what you desire and what you are seeing and, really grounding you to this earth. This earth is going to be so important to you during this time. And you might say, well, Dane, the earth is always important to me. Not as, it's like, yes, it is. But it's like you're going to be so much more connected to the reality of things. Gemini, I mean, I myself am a Gemini. I have experience with this. We can be much more dreamers than other signs. Okay, there are some signs that are much more connected with dreamers than other signs are. And you're going to really find yourself connected with the realm of dreamers, connected with the realm of the beauty of your soul. And to be able to take that and to have the strength, because that's what this time is about, to take the beauty of your soul and bring it forward, and to discard the hurts, the pains. It's not so much discarding them as saying, I'm not defined by them anymore. I know you will be with me. You will be in the back of my subconscious. I get that. But you will not be the main reality of me anymore. And that's where you become a student of your prosperity. You sit there and you're saying, well, how do I move forward? And where is it that I want to be? And how do I embrace the grace that is around me? And what seeds am I planting? And what do I want my garden to look like? And you can kind of have this flood of questions come at you, Gemini, because you are so good at handling questions and seeking out answers and, having that elasticity of mind. You will find that you can work them out better than you had thought, because divinity is handing you a gift here. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing you a gift of prosperity. Now, here, this is going to be something like divinity is telling you, don't talk about it as much. Watch your words. Watch the words of others. Words are always very important to you, Gemini, but they're going to be much more important to you than you had realized during this time. And as you are embracing these words, and as you are embracing this understanding, and as you are moving forward in this truth, you are going to find that divinity guides you in a way that you hadn't expected, in a power you hadn't seen before. And so here you are embracing that deeper level of prosperity, of wealth, of what you value as much as money coming into your life. And that becomes a very powerful shift for you. And this gift is being handed to you in such a way that if you plant it, if you nurture it, if you, look at it and you sit down and you truly see what's absolutely important, you're like, oh, I get it. I get it. I understand so much more now that had eluded me before. But now the power is coming in. Now the wisdom is guiding me. And it leads you to a balancing of the scales. Now with the Six of Pentacles, here there's prosperity falling into your purse. It's a gift, most definitely. But it's also saying that your life needs to be balanced. People cannot just take and take and take. And you cannot just give and give and give, because there is going to be no balance to yourself on this earthly plane. It's kind of like having a jug of water, right? And you're pouring out all that water to everybody else. And that water comes from your love, from your acceptance, from your understanding. But nobody is replenishing that jug. You are just giving and giving and giving. So soon you start to drain yourself. And you can start to drain yourself dry. That's what the Six of Pentacles is saying here. It's the Minor Arcana Justice card. It's saying be discerning with who you give your energy to. Be discerning with who you see as a truth speaker within your life, with whom you follow, how you move forward, the knowledge and the wisdom that you are taking on, and also the power that you are disseminating within your world. Be mindful, be powerful within yourself. And don't let people walk all over you, because they'll be more than willing to. They'll be more than willing to say, well, I'm owed this. I get to be this. And it's at your expense. So step back, see your power, see your truth, see your understanding, and move forward in it. Move forward in it and release their negativity. Because the devil comes forward and the devil binds us. The devil sits there and says, I can offer you all the pleasure in the world. I can offer you all the bounty of this earth. Just follow me. Just lose yourself in what I say is right. And that's not cool. That's what our society does. It's like, lose yourself in keeping up with the Joneses and keeping up with the Kardashians and keeping up with everybody else's truth except your own. And there's nothing wrong with admiring these people. There's nothing wrong with finding entertainment from what they do. But it is wrong when we lose ourselves to them, when we lose ourselves to what society is trying to sell us and what we are more than eager to buy, because it fills a void. So many people in this world, so many people, they have this void, this hurt, this pain, this anger, this upset, this disappointment, this sense of despair, and they fill it. We fill it with, drugs and alcohol and sex and food and shopping and, and gambling and a myriad of other things. We fill a void. And so it brings forward addiction. Addiction is, yes, it can be a chemical component that works within the mind and, really takes you down a path that you would want to stop but can't. But other addiction is the addiction of seeking everybody else's approval, is the looking at, what the world says you should be and saying, okay, well, I'll just become that, even though it's not me, even though it doesn't feel right. And with the first addiction, that needs help. That needs counseling, that needs support groups, that needs people who understand, who have been there themselves. With the other one, it can also need support groups and help, most definitely. But it also needs us to step back and say, okay, what's important to me? Who am I? Because if we take the devil and we hone the devil in our lives, because the devil in, in the Druidic craft deck is Cernunnos. The devil in the construct of, our world, in the Western world, is a lot of the nature gods, Pan and, Cernunnos and the other nature gods, kind of just twisted and made to be the chaotic part of them, instead of also the calm, subtle part of them. And so here we look at chaos, and we look at nature, which is embraced by chaos. And instead of saying, I can see that chaos, and I can see the pattern within the chaos, it's like the Fibonacci sequence within the chaos. I can see the power that moves me forward. I can see the beauty that is around me. And I can follow that trail. And I can spiral, just like this shell here, if you can see it with its rings. Like you can spiral into that greater truth, into that greater knowing. And that's going to be something that's very important for you during this time. But it's also going to be something that can be very hard to fully grasp, to fully gain this power, this understanding of. So do be mindful. And it brings you then, as you see your passion, as you see what you desire, as you see what it is that you truly want, it brings you to the Queen of Wands. It brings you to not only getting a gift, because Spirit was showing this as a gift of passion and prosperity and abundance, but it brings you to a sense of claiming that in a severe and powerful way, of rolling up your sleeves and saying, this is who I am. This is what I love for my life. This is how I'm moving forward. And these are the things that get you out of bed in the morning. When you have a raging headache, when you don't want to get out of bed, when you're tired, when you're, grouchy, this passion is the thing that makes you rise. And this passion, when you look at not only at all your responsibilities, but you look at the joy that guides you forward. This is it. And the Queen of Wands embraces that passion, embraces that connection, embraces that beauty, embraces that understanding. And it moves us forward. You have a very strong connection here to a Leo energy. Excuse me. And that Leo energy is having you face karmic debts, having the strength to embrace your passion and face what you thought was going to be denied for you forever. And it brings you then to the Tower. It brings you're rooted here in the public arena by the hurts, by the pains, by the disappointments, by the angers, by the upsets, by the upheavals, by the chaos. And that makes it so that you think, okay, either I give or either I kind of squirrel things away and I can be safe. And here it's like, address this first. Because safety comes. It does come. But addressing the way your world was turned upside down, addressing the doubts and the fears and the angers and the upheavals and the terror that you went through as divinity pushed you out of your comfort zone. Because the Tower doesn't have to be bad. It isn't necessarily a bad card, though so many of us see it as one. It is a card that denotes powerful and great change. And because it pushes us out of our comfort zone, it pushes us out of what we are emotionally okay with. It makes us feel like, I'm never going to get to where I want to be. It makes us doubt ourselves. It makes us scared and angry and upset. And so here, you could have been going through this Tower time for 16 years plus, okay? You could have been looking at things and just seeing one change after another, and being like, when does it stop? When do things calm down? How do I move forward? Where is it that I want to be? What is it that I desire? And divinity has, again, pushed you out of your comfort zone, pushed you out of that safe, secure space, and is now saying to you, okay, sink or swim. Because as much as we would like to think of divinity as this calm, gentle, loving parent, divinity isn't always. And even when you are a parent, And you sit there and you look at your kid and you're like, okay, listen, I can't do everything for you. I can't, sit there and make it so easy that you don't have to do anything. It's kind of like when your kid is learning how to crawl or to turn over or things like that. And they just scream. And so you turn them over and you're like, I'm helping you, but you're not. And so you have to step back, and it can be uncomfortable. And yet they start doing things for themselves. Even when you have teenagers, it's like you step back and you kind of let them traverse the terrains a bit, see what happens. That's what divinity does for us. It's like we can't always get what we want, because then we become petulant, bratty adults, and that's not what divinity wants for us. There's greater things here. The fire is forging you. It's not ruining you. And you're going to see yourself moving forward towards your blessings, towards your prosperity, towards your power, towards your abundance in a way that is really quite amazing. And that you hadn't expected. You were going to see your life taking turns or shifting. That's it, shifting in a way you hadn't anticipated, especially in the public arena. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all if you're looking at things right now and you're going to see your career open up in a way that you hadn't expected. You're going to see yourself embracing, passions that you thought, you know what, I've grown out of it. I'm too old. I'm too this. I'm too that. I can't possibly be so silly. And now you're going to see yourself saying, oh no, yes, I can. Yes, I can go after my dreams, because nobody gets to dictate how I am or who I am in this world but me and my connection with divinity and with this sacred power of the universe. So let's see here. Let's go deeper. Gemini. December 16th to the 30th, 2020 Gemini. December 16th to the 30th, 2020 Gemini. Oh, goodness. Let me pick those up. Just give me a moment. I do apologize. No, everything falls. Okay. December 16th to the 30th, to the 31st, 2020 Gemini. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Gemini. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. My goodness. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. And one bonus card. Awesome. And then let's see here the people who you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Gemini needs to be mindful of? December 16th to the 30th, 2020, to the 31st, my goodness, 2020 Gemini. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Gemini. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels. Fantastic. All right. So we start off here with the death card. This is Scorpio energy. This is a time frame of October 23rd to November 22nd to November 21st. This is going to be a person who is very transformative, okay? They're transforming their world, but they're also going to be very secretive, and they can gather up information on people, on things very easily. They have a way of kind of bringing you into, it's kind of like come into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. This is going to be a person who can easily gain people's trust, has this way with people, has this way with words, but they're going to be walking between your reality and their reality. And those two worlds are going to be very different. So just be mindful. Be very mindful of that. It doesn't necessarily mean that this person has to be a Scorpio. It means that this person is setting a trap and going to sting. Like, that's just who they are. That's what they are going to be doing. So just be mindful of that. The Moon card, this is a person, this is a Pisces energy, February 19th to March 20th. Remember, it doesn't have to necessarily be a Pisces. This is a person who focuses on fear. This is a person who kind of can't get out of their own fear, out of their own head at times. This can be also a person who likes to fearmonger. They just like to see what happens if they make you super, super afraid, if they, make you super, super overwhelmed. So just be mindful of this, that this is going to be a person who likes to play off of fear and who has this tame side to themselves and this wild side to themselves. And the tame side will come across very civilized, but it's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of thing. One side will come across very civilized, very, proper and well-mannered and everything like that. And the other will just like to bring fear forward. And just be mindful of that person. Be mindful of that person in both of their lights, because they might not even know that they can be the type of person who likes to just, kind of let the snake out in the room and see what happens type of thing. But this can also very much be the person who doesn't realize how afraid they are and doesn't realize how they're really letting fear rule everything within them. And then we have here the Lord. This is an Aries energy. March 21st to April 19th is the time frame. This is a person who likes to be the boss. This is the person who likes to be in control. And if you could just do everything that they say, exactly the way that they say it, and do it properly, well, and right, then you would be fine. And their life would be easier, and your life would be easier. And Gemini, if I can tell you one thing, you do not like to be controlled. You do not like to be controlled at all. You might sit there and, listen to somebody and everything like that, but they have to earn your respect. They have to not be idiots. You have to not view them as idiots. And you just don't like to be told what to do. You will find yourself sitting there and saying, well, I'm going to do exactly the opposite, even if you don't want to, just to tick this person off, because you're like, you know what, enough is enough. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful of your reaction, especially to this person, because it can be really intense. It can be like, you know what? You want me to do this? You want to talk to me like I'm an idiot? You want to play this game? I'll play, and you'll play. You will. Four of Cups. 10 of Cups. Oh, I love that. The Princess of Swords, which is you coming through as a princess. The Five of Pentacles. The Strength card, again, in the line of the heart. The 10 of Pentacles. Oh, you have the best 10s so far. Temperance. Sagittarius energy. Time frame November 22nd to December 21st. The Three of Hearts is now coming up in the public arena. And the Four of Pentacles. Ooh, intense. And then we have the Queen of Wands coming through once again. So this is really beautiful. Intense, yes. Beautiful, absolutely. The Four of Cups. It's divinity handing you a gift that you're not really going to be seeing. And you might sit there and think, oh, it's not a gift. This is so much more work. And this isn't what I wanted. And this isn't how I'm moving forward. And it's linked with your karmic debts and your generational curses. And it's linked with the prosperity that you're seeing within yourself. And this gift is going to be life-changing. It is. But it's going to be so plainly given that you don't see it. You don't see it as the true, beautiful gift that it is. You might see it as something that just adds on extra work, or you might not see it at all. So be mindful, but also, be open to new possibilities. Be open to being surprised during this time, because you will be. It then leads you to the 10 of Cups. It leads you to prosperity. It leads you to bounty. It leads you to... and they all live happily ever after as the world opens to you, as you leave behind fear and you embrace the love that is such a powerful and pivotal part of your heart, your soul, and yourself. And then it brings you to the Princess of Swords. It brings you, as you turn inward, to being a student of what it is that you desire, of what it is that you truly love, of knowledge, of understanding, of forging, of dedication, of purpose, of, diligence. It brings you into this place of powerful truth. And the swords, the thing with the swords, and the thing with being born under the swords, as all air signs are, is you are forged. Swords aren't like wands. Wands can be trees that grow in the ground. Wands can be staffs that help you walk. Wands can be a weapon too, most definitely. But swords, they only are a weapon. Pentacles, gold, yes, but also seeds that get planted into the ground. Cups, when we drink of cups, from cups, we can also use cups to be, planters. So here, with the sword, it is simply a weapon. And it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes practice to hone the use of that weapon. That weapon is your mind. That weapon is your reason. That weapon is your reason for being, all right? And it takes time. So air sign energies can feel lost longer, all right? Because it takes time to build the skills that you need to live your life in accordance to your truth. And that's what you're seeing here as you turn inward. You're becoming a student of those skills that you need. You're becoming a student of the power of cutting through doubts and fears and lies and negativity. And it brings you to the Five of Pentacles. If one thing is happening during this time that is going to be absolutely clear, is that you're leaving behind a pauper's mentality. You're leaving behind this place of, I don't have enough money. I never have money. I never had money. I can never do this. I never get to move ahead. And you're going to be finding yourself saying, oh, yes, I do. I'm walking through that doorway into prosperity, into abundance, into brilliance, into wealth, into what I was born to do with my life and where I was born to stand. Instead of feeling always on the outside, I now embrace the inside of this powerful and brilliant truth. Because for too long here, Gemini, your heart has been crowned by being a pauper, by being outside of wealth, of letting everybody else and thinking everybody else gets to be successful and I don't. And you're taking back that power. It is part of your strength. It is your strength that is taking back that power and that is seeing this gift that is coming to you, and is being a student of the prosperity, of the abundance forward. And you move forward with pure and utter strength. There's like iron in your spine. You move forward with strength of soul, with strength of self, with strength of determination, with strength of insight and ideas. And it brings you to the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, the repeat of the number 10 is showing us here that you have reached the conclusion of the cycle when it comes to your heart, when it comes to your prosperity. And as you reach the conclusion of this cycle, you are entering into a new world. You are finding blessings that you didn't think could be yours. And with the Ace of Pentacles, you move to a place of prosperity. This is over the Ace of Pentacles, so you take this gift, and the Ten of Pentacles is prosperity that lasts for generations. It's bounty, it's wealth, it's brilliance, it's abundance, it's truth of being, and it's power of soul. It's sitting there and saying, this is my wealth, and this is what I value as much as money, and this is what guides me forward and leads me into the unknown and into the prosperity of myself that I didn't think I could have, but gets to be mine. And then it brings you to Temperance. It brings you to finding your balance. And it brings you to embracing your questions, embracing your greater truth of, finding your passion and filling your cup with your knowledge that you obtain through the civilized side of the world and the wild side of the world, the civilized side of your soul and the wild side of your soul. And you embrace both aspects of yourself, and you move forward in power, and you move forward in brilliance. You balance these scales, which can seem out of balance at times with the Six of Pentacles. And you find the balance within what can sometimes feel like only curses. And you find the balance within you, within what you desire, within what you love, within what you need, within who you are. And it brings you once again to seeing, yes, love connected these cups. But there was a person who betrayed you. There was a person who hurt you, and that person still pours into your heart. No more. No more. You're done. You're done. It's like I'm over it. I can't live this anymore. And what's more important here, Gemini, is that you don't want to. And so you embrace the Queen of Wands, which you have come through again. You embrace your prosperity and your love because you leave behind the hurt, the betrayals, and the devastation. And as the tower falls, as you're pushed out of your comfort zone, you see yourself breaking through that vampiric energy that drained you, that made you feel less than, that took away your power and your grace. And you're saying, no more. No more do I live at the expense of others. No longer do I let people bury me. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with the draining of the energy and the draining of the energy and the draining of the energy and me getting nowhere. Gemini, you can be astoundingly cunning when you want to be, right? And you build slowly, steadily, and quietly. But you need your strength to build. So here, as you take things in, and as you hold them to your heart, do not let people stifle away your power, your prosperity, your abundance, and your truth. It brings you then to the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is power. The Queen of Wands is determination. You are so determined to end this year with a bang. You are so determined, like the bang being your truth, your knowledge, your understanding. You are so determined to start the new year, with power and grace and dignity and purpose of self. You are extraordinary, and you are embracing that extraordinariness. You are embracing that power. Let's see here what your spirit animal cards have to say. Gemini. December 16th to the 31st, 2020 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 Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we start here with the butterfly spirit, and it says transformation is beautiful. The transformation that you are going through is beautiful, and the power that you are obtaining from it is extraordinary. It then brings you to the cow spirit. The miracles are endless. We like our miracles to be like fireworks, breathtaking and unexpected and just so big that everybody oohs and ahs over. But the miracles are going to be quiet and gentle and beautiful. And they happen every single day. They happen when, you find a penny on the sidewalk. It happens when, there's enough milk to put into your coffee and you don't have to run out to the store. They happen in little beautiful ways. And yet we don't think of them as miracles. We think of it, as like, oh, this is what's supposed to happen, or oh, isn't that nice? And we don't savor it for the beauty that it is. Savor the miracles, the little ones, the ones that are easily ignored, because they really will make the biggest difference, and they do make the biggest difference in our lives. And it brings you to the Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. Spirit has a plan for you. Let that plan guide you. Yeah. And trust in that plan. Trust in Spirit's timing. Trust in divine timing. Trust in the universe. And you will see yourself moving forward. It doesn't mean become lackadaisical and, think, oh, just everything will happen, I don't need to do anything. That's not the case. It's trusting in this divine beauty and moving forward and working towards it and connecting with Spirit and seeing that Spirit speaks to you in the most unbelievable ways. And when you truly connect, you can get an answer from divinity in the way the wind blows, in the way laughter fills your heart, in these beautiful images that come into your mind. It becomes extraordinary. And that extraordinary can become part of your ordinary. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the outer spirit. You're never alone. You aren't. You see these two otters intertwined, making up this beautiful heart? You are never alone. You are deeply loved, deeply connected with. Ooh, okay. It brings you then to your subconscious chakra message, which is angels and masters, angels and divinity. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. This is blessings. This is beauty. This is the love of your angels surrounding you, taking you forward, blessing you, embracing you. And this is exquisiteness. This is you embracing the exquisite beauty of angelic truth and being protected by it. It then brings you to your subconscious people message, which is justice, cutting through doubts and fears, standing in your justice. It's not the letter of the law. It's not, sitting there and having to be just to everyone and everything and, minding your words all the time. it is being just to yourself. It's being discerning. It's saying, I will let this energy in and I will deny this energy. I will walk in my truth and I will embrace my glory. And you are doing so. And it brings you then to your subconscious tarot message, which is the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles here is that sense of being on the outside of wealth. And that's going to be one of the things that you have to fight through during this time. It's like, I don't get to be wealthy. I don't get to be prosperous because that's been ingrained in you. And a lot of you Geminis, if you're saying, Dane, that's not me, then blessings to you. I mean, that is so awesome. But if that is you, I know I struggle with this, most definitely. It's like, when's the next shoe going to drop? When is everything going to fall apart? You're so used to one trauma after the other, because the Tower has played such a pivotal part in your life, because divinity has been pushing you out of your comfort zone and pushing you out of your comfort zone. And you're thinking, why? Why can't I be comfortable and happy for like 5 minutes of my life? Please stop. But it's because there is greatness coming. And when you walk through those doors of prosperity, the path that you have walked is forged in your own blood. It's like blood, sweat, and tears went into this. And now I get to walk through that door and I get to be wealthy. I get to be prosperous. It's not, it's not king wealthy. It's not having billions and billions of dollars. I mean, who needs that? It's being able to pay the bills. It's being able to breathe. It's being able to go on vacation, holidays when you want to. It's being able to have beauty in your life. And it's embracing that beauty. And then it brings you to your deeper subconscious message of the Eight of Swords. Subconsciously, there is a sense of, I'm not able to claim that wealth because of all the doubts, of all the fears, of all the anger, of all the upset I have been through. And it keeps me caged. I don't know which way to turn, that I won't be cut, by the despair, by the heartbreak, by the pain, by the disappointment. I don't know if it won't come in again. And here with the Eight of Swords, it's looking at things and it's saying, I'm changing this. Because prosperity is a part of my life. Bounty is a part of my soul. And I don't get to be caged like a bird anymore. The doors are open. And unlike that bird that lives its life in a cage and doesn't know that the doors are open, you know. Now it's time to fly. Now it's time not to let worry, doubt, fear, anger, upset, upheaval destroy your life by keeping you caged when divinity is saying, it's time to elevate. It's time for that energy, the vibration, to keep on rising, and for the extraordinary to become part of your ordinary. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we move forward in prosperity, in wealth, and in bounty, as we break through the hurts and the pains and the disappointments that subconsciously and consciously have held us back for way too long. Divinity has moved us out of our comfort zone. We have been tested, we have been tried, and it is time for us to judge ourselves, not wantingly, but with compassion and with honor. And it's time to move forward into the prosperity of our souls and of ourselves, and to be discerning with the energy that we let in around us. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini.